My written community plan is over the community of Lawrence, Kansas. Lawrence is located about 30 minutes from the state capital of Topeka and 45 minutes from Kansas City. It's home to two universities, the University of Kansas and Haskell Indian Nations University. The town boasts culturally vibrant community with lots of art museums, restaurants, bars, coffee shops, shopping. The community is rich in resources for the people who live here, primarily underserved populations, such as the unhoused. Lawrence's population is around 96,000 people, all the way up to 118,000 when school is in session. Much of the identity of Lawrence is influenced by the largest employer in the town, which is the University of Kansas. Lawrence is considered a progressive and liberal town by reputation, and during election years, a lot of the signs that can be seen are endorsing Democratic candidates. Driving in the downtown shopping and eating area, there's a large variety of businesses with various ethnic restaurants and shops, coffee shops, record stores, art galleries. It's common to see people utilizing the green outdoor spaces, jogging, bicycling, playing basketball, having picnics. The general aesthetic of the town is well kept. There are few houses for sale at any given time. The turnover is very high due to the competitive housing market. Affordable housing does continue to be an issue. One factor is it being a university town, so there's a lot of incentive for landlords to continue to increase rent. Lawrence's population is around 96,000 people, all the way up to 118,000 when the students are at the universities. Much of Lawrence's identity is influenced by the largest employer, which is the University of Kansas. Lawrence is considered a progressive and liberal town by reputation, and during election years, a lot of the signs in the yards can be seen endorsing Democratic candidates. Driving in the downtown shopping and eating areas, you'll see a variety of various ethnic restaurants, coffee shops, record stores, art galleries. It's common to see people enjoying the green and outdoor spaces, playing basketball, jogging, bicycling, having picnics. The housing market is pretty competitive given that it's a university town and demand for houses is high and the turnover is fast. Affordable housing continues to be an issue due to landlords being able to increase rent as they see fit due to the high demand from students for those rental properties. Lawrence has created some initiatives to help fight back on that. They've made some rules that say that no more than 3 unrelated people can live in any one house at any one time. The aim is to create and keep housing for families. Lawrence's population is made up of 4.3% of children under 5 years old, 17.4% of people under the age of 18, 14.4% are people over the age of 65, and 50.3% of the population are female. 83% are Caucasian, 7.3% Hispanic. Asian and Black people make up around 4.6% of the population. As previously said, the University of Kansas is the largest employer, and the median household income is around $68,000, which is a little lower than the national average. The percentage of people who live in poverty is 13.3%, and 8.7% are on disability. Lawrence's poverty level is higher than the national average, which is 12.5%. One hypothesis about why this is that all the students that are at the University of Kansas, many of them are considered unemployed. About 96% of residents graduate high school in Lawrence, and 52% have at least a bachelor's degree. The life expectancy in Lawrence is around 80 years old, which is higher than the national average of 77.6 years old. Lawrence's life expectancy is also higher than all other counties in the state of Kansas. The three highest causes of death in Lawrence are Alzheimer's disease, cerebrovascular disease, and cancer. For children, causes of death include congenital abnormalities, motor vehicle accidents, and suicide. Live births make up 8.3%, and fetal death is 3.8%. In 2022, there were 635 marriages in the county and 136 divorces. My community site was the Lawrence Community Nursery School. This was a school located in my community, and I chose to do a hand washing experiment there with black light and glow germ gel. A couple of the resources that I was promoting in my paper to collaborate with the schoolhouse were the Lawrence Public Health Department, which creates presentations out in the community for preventative health. They also track the various communicable infections that are going around season to season in the community. I also chose Parents as Teachers, which is an organization that promotes developmentally appropriate information for parents and caregivers, along with screening tools to ensure that children are developing on track. I also included Common Ground, which is an urban farming initiative that creates community farms in the various neighborhoods of the community, and they offer classes and hands-on events for children. The community diagnosis I chose to address with my project was the risk of infection related to inadequate hand hygiene. My goal was to reach around 18 preschool-aged children to teach and discuss the importance of washing hands properly in order to stop the spread of germs or microbes. While children are vulnerable to communicable diseases, so are other members of the community. Elderly people, immunocompromised people, and children under the age of 2 are most at risk from diseases that are spread from person to person. Children are taught as they grow that hand washing is important, but may forget or not fully understand why washing their hands appropriately and often is important. For this project, the discussion about microbes or germs was discussed, the types of illnesses that they can cause, and how proper hand washing can stop or inhibit the spread. Glow germ gel and a black light was utilized. The children would put the gel on their hands, rubbed it around to simulate germs. We looked at their hands under the black light. They could see that they were covered, and then they were sent to the sink to attempt to wash. We would then recheck their hands to see the spots they missed, and this provided an opportunity to go deeper about how to wash properly, scrubbing under fingernails, getting areas of dry skin and cuts. Some of the interventions I used was this hand-on experiment. I also had an age-appropriate PowerPoint that helped to kind of guide the discussion so the children could tell me what they know about germs, where germs are located, how to stop the spread. I also had a pamphlet that was sent home for parents so they could see the basics of the project that their kids were a part of that day, along with community resources that could be utilized to understand more about the various infections that are going around our personal community of Lawrence. Here was my PowerPoint presentation. It provided a lot of opportunities for the children to interact and tell me what they know about germs or microbes, what they know about hand washing. We watched a short video on proper hand washing technique and then gave a brief rundown on how the project would go. This is a copy of the pamphlet that's sent home for parents. The back page has one particular resource, the Lawrence Public Health Department, which tracks through sewage water what infectious diseases are spiking throughout the year. Additionally, there's the written out breakdown of how to wash hands properly. Here are a couple of pictures from the actual presentation day. You can see the photo on the right, what the hand looks like with the glow germ gel and the black light glowing on the hand. The glowing simulates the germs. We even practiced high-fiving each other with and shaking hands with the glow germ on our hands to see how easily germs can be transferred. Some of my goals that I had for my project included that after the completion of the education session, which was the PowerPoint and the hand washing experiment, that the children would be able to list 3 times when it's appropriate for them to wash their hands, and they were able to do that. General answers were after going to the bathroom, before eating, and after playing outside. SMART Goal 2 was that after the session that the students would be able to verbalize the steps of proper hand washing. Because these children were around the ages of 4 and 5 years old, it was a little chaotic having them list the steps, but generally speaking, they had the process down. My SMART Goal 3, which was the long-term one, was that in 6 months after the presentation, parents would report a decrease in school missed by their student due to illness. I, of course, won't have that information as I didn't take any numbers about how many students are absent in a given year typically. To wrap up, Lawrence, Kansas is a vibrant, progressive town that's influenced by the University of Kansas and the democratic political climate. It offers extensive resources for individuals facing homelessness or poverty. There do continue to be challenges like affordable housing and a lower medium income. Despite these issues, residents tend to live longer than in other Kansas counties due to the community's strong focus on health care and commitment to improving aspects related to the social determinants of health. Civic engagement's high and many health-related programs are available. The Lawrence Community Nursery School, where I conducted the glow germ hand washing presentation, was a practical fit for the project for me due to the location and the lack of health-focused guest presentations for that younger community. The successful hand washing lesson helped the children understand microbes and the importance of hygiene to prevent the spread of infection.